And you are back on the Tortoise and Hare experience. You just heard the song Kiss My Troublemaker by our coming guests, which are The Drills, which you can find at thedrills.com. But just how we start every show, we always start it off with an experience.
That's right.
And who wants to go first? I'm going to have you go first, Max. What has been your experience?
The last time that we
I broke down. I really broke down.
He totally broke down. He just broke up with his girlfriend, and he was like, started to cry
how
on the air.
much of a
I was
breakdown?
like, no.
On air?
No, I didn't do that. I know better to, like, you know.
Yeah, but it was.
Yeah, not good.
Yeah, it was a moment. So what we do is we talk about our experience from our last show to now. So let's see, what experience have I had? Okay, I have one for you. One of my bands, Downtown Attraction, is a very, very hot rock band, and they just signed this week.
Awesome.
They signed a new record deal.
Nice.
Yeah, with ESMG Sony.
Nice.
Yeah, yeah. So we've been going through that, and the pressure of that is like kind of insane. As you guys know, as Phil and Daniel know, that doing a deal is a lot of red tape, a lot of paperwork, a lot of bullshit.
Fingers.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
And then the lawyers are like, we can take longer. It's cool.
Yeah. We'll just charge you another $10,000.
Yeah, exactly. How long was that phone call?
They're counting down.
Yeah.
So congratulations to Downtown Attraction.
That's awesome.
Congratulations.
Yeah, they're playing tomorrow night at, which you won't hear this until Thursday, but
They played
last night.
It was awesome.
Oh man.
At Bordner's, and with our next guest, Michael Grant, he's also on that show.
Cool. My experience is it's been a troublesome month for me.
Dude, it's the beginning of the year.
I know, it's already troublesome, and it's all the spillover from like last year that's going on. And I broke up with my girlfriend, and then a friend of mine passed away.
Oh.
He was in a car accident.
Terrible.
It's the worst.
And so I just had his funeral a couple days ago, and it was real weird to see some of my friends from high school, and it was also good because I reconnected with them.
That's cool.
But the experience that I had was I'm experiencing this weird part in my life where all my friends are adults. you know?
Yeah.
How did that happen?
One thing, and the other thing that happens too is you feel the immortality of your own life when a friend that was your age.
Right. Actually, he was younger than me.
See?
It's definitely a time to reflect. You're like, whoa, wait a minute, let me think about it.
And he was like one of these guys that like definitely he seized the day. He was a very spur of the moment, kind of guy. And I'm not necessarily that spur of the moment. I'm somewhat reserved just because I'm always thinking about the future and about, cash and about, those stupid things that I shouldn't be, gas,
Little things,
Yeah, so I don't know. I'm trying to change my life to maybe get some sort of carpe diem in me or something like that.
Yeah. As a Reiki practitioner, a lot of my patients every day, that's their thing, is they want to live, now in today, in the present moment, instead of sitting in the back or, worrying about what's already happened or thinking about what's going to happen tomorrow, but actually living today. So I try to help them through that. So you need to come in, Turtle.
You gotta live in the moment.
Yeah. He's always,
But it's
like,
a good thing
talking
you got a
about coming in,
positive
but he
thing,
never
have a
does.
negative thing.
Yeah.
That's really important.
Yeah, if you walk
That's
away with
important.
something like
awesome.
something like that, it's definitely good to have the positive outlook.
Yeah, you have to. Come
Otherwise, you
on.
get really dark. You can go the other way.
Okay. Is that what you guys do? By the way, with us is the Drills. I don't know if we've already said that or not.
Well, we kind of did, but
Right. Good.
Say it every 5 minutes.
Thedrills.com. Check them out. You guys have a new album out, right?
Yes.
Finally.
so cool.
That took a little
That's
while
my
to
dog
record.
Batman on the cover.
That is the cutest little puppy ever.
It is.
3 pounds.
He's so cute. You have a couple of dogs, don't you?
I have another dog. Her name is Posey.
I think I saw that dog. I was looking at your Facebook, and is that the dog that opened up the?
Oh, that's Willow.
That's my girlfriend's dog. Willow.
Yeah, the door.
Willow.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
crazy.
she opens the studio door outward. It's like how the
German Shepherd.
she do
That was
that?
amazing.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm always like, what are you talking about, Willow?
He is
I
actually.
love that dog. Yeah, that dog's awesome.
So the album is We Play Instruments and Shit, right?
You want to hear the story?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. So last June 2012, we went and did a tour in the UK. And the night before, it's two bands. It was Dorje and the Drills. And the night before we left for the first show, we all had dinner in this restaurant.
It's like the lobby restaurant.
It's the lobby
wherever
hotel, right?
hotel we're staying.
We're all getting to know each other, that kind of thing. Hey, this is going to be fun. And we're talking about Zeppelin and AC/DC. And the waitress was like,
Wait,
who's that?
I remember the waitress's name was India.
It was India.
Yeah.
So she's like, who's that? And we're like, wait a minute. I'm like, you've never heard of AC/DC or Zeppelin? She goes, no. I'm like, how old are you? Because I don't care if you're 18 or 8. Everybody's heard of AC/DC or Zeppelin,
I
right?
had to hold Phil back because he was going to punch her.
She goes,
Not really.
anyways, it led to this. Her next comment was, oh, so you guys are in a band? I'm like, yeah. And she's like, so you play instruments and shit?
Yeah, that kind of band.
I'm like, well, there's the title of our new record.
So we had to do
With
it.
a name like India, you would expect that she wouldn't know that.
But she wasn't.
She didn't
no,
look
no,
like
she wasn't.
she looked like she
wasn't that. She
knew.
was just
She was just a Brit, 18-year-old
Idiot.
waitress who
just vapid.
Led
No,
Zeppelin.
no, easy.
It's from England. She's there. I don't know.
That's just not right. That's
That
not
was
right.
funny.
Now, Phil, I'm looking at you, and you did something that I've always wanted to do, and that was have the pierced eyebrow.
Yeah.
How long have you had that, if you don't mind me?
Yeah, since
The whole time.
1999.
Okay.
Well, since he got
Since
it.
1999, and I remember why I got it done. I was working at a studio, and we were tracking Tommy Lee's Methods of Mayhem record, and the engineer was like, yo man, I'm going to get something pierced, and I don't want to go by myself. If you want to get something pierced, I'll buy. I'm buying. I'm like, I've never heard of that in my life. Hey, I'm buying drinks. I'm buying piercings. You know, like that. So I went and got this done. I never even thought about it until that moment, and he got his nipples pierced or something like that, and which
They've been soulmates ever since.
so I'm like, okay, you know what? I'll buy the soap. You know, you have to keep it clean after you get it done. So,
Sure.
and you know what's funny? It's one of those piercings. Like, I guess I'm a slow healer around my face because it took a while to heal, and then once it healed, 6 months down the road, my alarm clock went off and scared the crap out of me, and I woke up like, and drove my knuckle into my, and it
that's
just,
painful.
I go, ow, and I put my head down and there was blood trickling into my eye, and I just opened it up again. But since I haven't had any problems.
Well,
Very cool.
You know
hope
it's
not.
there. Now you know it's there because of that.
No, I know, yeah, exactly.
Do you ever take it out?
No.
No.
I'm thinking of taking it out now. I feel like,
I had a couple when I was young, in my face as well.
In your face?
Yeah, on my lip. And
the Blink-182.
well, it was like
Or did you have the Jane Child, which was the
With the
thing
chain
with the
to the-
chain to the ear? Wasn't that dope?
See?
it's cool.
Aren't you
Yeah, but you do
scared
your
of getting
hair
that
and it's like
bottom
yeah.
Right.
No, I couldn't do that. No. Mm-mm. But now, I look at my face and it's like I can see the hole and it really bothers me. So I was thinking
It bothers
maybe
you?
I
yeah,
can't
it
see it
bothers
from
me.
here.
See, I would
Yeah.
probably see the hole and probably go, man, I should have left it in.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll just change it with
Well,
a
I
big
was thinking maybe I
spear
should be.
That'd be cool.
through my face.
I think that would really be cool.
Door with that.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah, but like I had kids and stuff, so I
You had to grow up.
And stuff.
and I
You had to
never
be
wanted
adult.
to, and shit. And I didn't want them to, see that in me. And they didn't even know for like years.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And, I think it's kind of right. Yeah, because
You
actually,
had a few though. Where were the others?
well, I had like 3
Oh,
here.
it's 3 on your
On the bottom of the
Is there any photos of that?
because
Oh,
you
sure.
take a drink and doesn't it like leak out?
Yeah.
No, well, I drink through a straw because like I'm a chick.
You had a routine.
I did. Yeah, and it wouldn't mess up my lipstick, and that sounds good. Right.
Yeah. So,
Wicked.
what were you gonna say?
Wicked.
Wicked, very wicked. Where are you from? Daniel, me and you, Daniel, we have known each other off and on, I want to say, for at least 4
You
years.
can say it.
And I saw you perform, but this was just you on your solo project
I
of
had
just
a
you.
solo project. That's so funny when I walked in. I'm like, hey, dude, what's up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a good experience. It was a good wow. I'm glad you're alive, because there was a time where I was trying to work with you,
And then you thought he died?
no, you fell off the face of the earth. You literally fell off the face of the earth. Yeah, but this.
Everybody does that.
I'm busy. I'm pretty damn busy, so I never go out unless I'm playing, which isn't good, but maybe that's why I haven't seen you. But yeah, no, if the Dragonfly, that might have even been the last time I played.
Wow.
Like solo thing. I write all the time. I have like a handful of songs that I'm trying to weed through to put on the same CD. But I playing in the drills and just being a bass player and songwriter, musician. That's pretty much all
I think
do.
that's why we click so well as musicians, because he's also a songwriter, also a singer. So when we get together and hash out the drill stuff, it's like
there's like a general respect when I'm not the songwriter and I'm learning stuff, like, because Phil writes the majority of the drills. So when I learn it, I really want to learn it exact and then go from there to put my own thing on it. But it's like, because I've been in bands where people learn halves. Yeah, it's cool. I kind of got it. Which is
the cool thing is when you actually take time doing stuff. Like ages ago, I used to go, okay, the bass just goes like this, right?
Boom.
But now I think, and it's when it's a 3-piece and you have to really fill the space, right? I figure if the guitar's not doing something, or there isn't a drum fill, or the vocal isn't doing something, the bass should do something. So that became the new drills format when we started recording. And then
now we kind of have a routine.
We really spent a lot of time on bass.
Oh, I thought you meant this record has a new routine. Like we're really.
Well, I mean,
the mindset's totally different.
Yeah, but we've been doing it, like, even Sunny Days on the first record, it had a bass line in the chorus.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it starts with the bass, because it takes us 2 beats for the vocal to come in, right? So, always wanted to fill those spaces, just to make it interesting. On this record, we spent so much time on bass. The payoff is you get tweets, like, man, I just listened to the record. Great songs, great guitar tones, great bass lines.
Right. Well, that's the
saying
thing about the drills, is that there's so much going on. It fills every sense that you have, because there's so much going on, and it's so much fun.
Yeah, it sounds. I like that you said that, but it doesn't. To somebody that hasn't heard it, it's not busy. It doesn't sound busy.
No, it doesn't sound busy.
Yeah, because I've heard other things that sound
every
like
time
no
you
salad.
listen to it, you can find something else that's like exciting and new in that song that you just listened to 15 times in a row. Because that's what I do with the drill.
Right.
It's like a great movie.
Right.
Every time you see a great movie, I forgot that part, or I didn't see that part the last time. And
we definitely work at it to make it sound everything separate. Yeah. So if you want to just fixate on the drum part or the guitar part, you're like, whoa, look at all that. Look what's going on there. It's awesome.
Yeah.
So
there's no color inside the lines.
Yeah, the last record I listened to with Jose from After that you were in.
Which I played bass with that too.
Which is crazy. We would listen to that so many times in a row, especially like air hockey champion of the world. And then we'd shut it off and we'd sing it.
Oh, that's going back to the UK thing. That was a cool thing about the UK, because after the first show, we didn't have to sing any of our choruses, because they sang them. The whole crowd, they all sang. They knew the chorus and they sang them all for us. It was amazing.
Well, we didn't know.
Speaking of that song, I just like when we the first night we played in the UK, we started that song, and then we started that. Oh, I'm like, what the hell? I thought there was something wrong with the mic. And I look over at him, and then it kind of clicked in that everybody was singing it.
Yeah,
I'm like, how the hell?
Room.
I'm like, this is our first night there. I'm like, how the hell do they even know that stuff? Like,
I know. We didn't know what to expect, which is really awesome, because you walk in.
No expectations.
And even like the booker never heard of us, but hey, we sold tickets, and then there's a lineup down the street, and then the place is packed. Can we have them back? That kind of thing, right? That's how it happened everywhere we went. So that's why we're going back this February. But I remember looking at Dan after the whole room went ow in air hockey, and we're looking at each other going, what the fuck?
Yeah, I thought there was something wrong. I'm like, wow, that's weird. Because I'm thinking they're not gonna know that.
That's an awesome surprise, because I figure, okay, most of our fans follow me on YouTube because they love the guitar demos that I do, or they love the guitar stylings and stuff like that. So I thought it was gonna be like a guitar audience. But when you go on stage and everybody knows all the lyrics to all your songs, I was like so touched. It was like amazing.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. And then we come back to LA and play a show. And it was like, what?
Whoops.
You don't know that song?
Yeah, don't break down the walls here. Thank you very much.
I think when you saw me that last show too, I think Dog Boy was the drummer, because he also was in the drills. It was like a morphing of the drills and whatever.
Yeah, we're all.
I was just thinking back.
We're always changing up our drummers.
Have you found a consistent drummer yet?
We just got actually, his name is Randy Cook, and he's going to be.
Oh. I just talked to him like last night.
Crazy. I saw him last night.
What?
Weird.
What a small
crazy.
planet.
It's a small world.
Right, we're all somehow interconnected.
It is very, yeah.
Right, today.
Definitely, we're all connected. for
Randy
sure.
did some shows with us in the beginning, but he always
He's been
got busy.
off and like here and there, off and on, but like every time he's been available, he's done things for us.
Well, he's
So-
played on 3 songs on the first record, 1 song on the second record, and then like 8 on 7.
He's always been busy.
8 on
But-
the
but-
last record.
Over the holidays, he's decided to try to not be as busy
He
for
goes,
us.
I want to be in a band again, and we were like, well, we've been waiting for you to say that, you know.
Yay.
So I mean,
Yeah.
it's
Loving that
always
word.
And he's
sucks.
Canadian, so it's in our full Canadian band.
Yeah.
Weird.
It
That's
sucks when you have
so
to tell the guy that's been in the band for the last year and a half that he's not.
Yeah. How do you do that? How do you handle that?
It was pretty hard because
Yeah.
the circumstances were we didn't get rid of Kevin Kapler because he was bad. It wasn't like a personality thing. It wasn't.
Yeah, we got along great.
Yeah, it wasn't like every other band situation where like, hey, dude, you're really messing up. You gotta go. It was really hard.
Yeah, the guy that we
Because-
always wanted became available.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That was the
That's tough.
That was the real reason. So definitely felt bad. Still do. It's because Kevin's a great guy. So, but he's definitely a good drummer, and you'll see him.
Yeah.
He plays,
Yeah.
when he wasn't playing with the Drills, he plays with Dizzy from Guns N' Roses.
Yeah,
He's always been-
that would just be really difficult,
It is
to leave the drills. I mean, because really, you guys are just a smoking hot band, and
Oh,
so
thanks.
much fun. How could you want to ever leave that,
Yeah.
And that's got to be like, you go home and go,
Okay, you're making me feel even worse.
yeah,
Right? Thanks,
Sorry.
Matt.
Bigger dick
sorry.
2 weeks ago.
Now I feel like a dick.
Yeah, but Randy is good.
Yeah,
he's
Randy's
been busy. He's played with everybody. He's played with a lot of people.
Yeah.
Should we
Phil,
mention who he's played with?
you and I have a weird connection that I just found out about. I didn't know
Uh-oh.
that you wrote for Alice. I had no idea.
Alice, what?
Alice
Cooper?
Cooper?
I didn't write.
You didn't write?
No, I played on. I did a bunch of overdubs on Brutal Planet.
Oh,
But
well,
I
see.
didn't- I didn't write, but
Little
yeah, there's
Alice
another
connection there.
Alice
Yeah.
Cooper.
Alice Cooper. Yeah, that's
Nice face.
Yeah, Glenn's been with them for a year and a
Yeah,
half.
buddy Glenn Sobel.
Glenn
played.
Sobel.
yeah.
And that's another drummer that we talk about all the time. He goes, dude, I'd love to be in the drills. I go, yeah, but we don't have Alice Cooper money, so it's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
But when you
Alice
do-
doesn't have Alice Cooper money anymore.
Well, we got Randy now. We're really stoked to have Randy.
Pretty darn happy, and that was another point with Kevin, where like there's always been a chemistry thing with Randy that have played in a bunch of bands throughout the years, realizing that chemistry is like the most important thing, and it's so hard to come by.
Yeah.
When it is there, man, you can't take it for granted.
Well, it's like if I'm up front, I'm doing lead guitar, I'm doing lead vocals. If I look at the band behind me as the canvas, and the best canvas I've ever had has been Dan and Randy. So I feel like I can do anything. I feel like there's no limits.
Yeah, like that's-
some drummers you play with, and if Dan doesn't lock with him, whether it's a bad night or whether it's like an inconsistent thing, or whether it's like he's just not locking in right. It's like I'm up front going, oh, it feels weird to me. But when it's Randy and Dan.
Well, you're singing and playing all those guitar parts, so you got a lot of stuff to do. So you want to feel comfortable knowing who's behind you has got your back.
And that's the other thing. There's no eye contact. I'm singing and playing facing that way and they're behind me. So it's not like I can watch the drummer make sure he hits the cymbal on the downbeat. You know what I mean?
Right.
So you're just focusing on more energy type thing?
Energy, it's connecting with the audience. You know.
Yeah, we have a set list, kinda, but we don't really look at it. It's like really feeling, but we know the songs we're gonna play, but we're like, he'll just yell something out that was like, he knows the song. We've been playing together for a long time, so he knows songs that I know, and it might not even been like we haven't played it in 3 weeks or a month or a year. It's like, oh, I know he knows that one, so he'll just start playing it because he feels that the audience at the time is really gonna dig it. So, and it's really cool because
Well, we do requests too. And the really cool thing about that is, like, our set list was, and when we did 6 shows in the UK, it was 3 songs. And
Yeah, the first 3 songs we know we're gonna do.
2 hours.
Yeah.
So 3 songs, and then we wing it. So and I go, hey, what do you guys want to hear? And sometimes they yell like, I Wish My Beer Was As Cold As Your Heart by the Drills. Sometimes they yell Funk 49 by the James Gang. We'll just go into it. So we have a great time. We know what the last song is too. We always end with Fire.
Yeah, exactly. First 3 songs and the last song.
By Hendrix, and that's our finale. And the problem with having such a killer finale, and I'll say so myself, it's a killer finale. The problem with having such a killer finale is that we can't do an encore.
Yeah.
That's happened before. We're like, hey, one more tune. We're like, what can we play for that song?
We can't do anything.
It's like 10,000 beats per minute. It just has a lot of energy and like extended solos, and it's crazy. People just kind of freak out about it.
That's where you do the exact opposite, and you do something like Puff the Magic Dragon or something like that. You
I
know?
was thinking about that. We could do something like that, definitely. Or like,
Yeah.
or Michael rolled a boat ashore, something like that.
Yeah.
That's sing along in the round.
Yeah, for the final encore. Well, guys, thank you so much for being on the show, man. We really appreciate it. Go check out these guys, thedrills.com or philx.tv. There you can see a bunch of videos. And what I like too, and real quick, I liked some of the engineering tips that you give.
I watched that stuff. I'm like,
right?
that's awesome.
It's really amazing and very helpful. I'm not saying I'm the greatest engineer in the world. I'm an aspiring engineer.
Right.
And some of the tips that you give, I'm just like, oh, that's brilliant. Especially like with the different types of microphones and using both of them to get the same sound, but like get those different contrasts. Very helpful, very helpful. So thank you so much.
Guitar too, because it's like a guitar is its own little monster. If you have the wrong mic with an amazing amp player, it's gonna sound something's funky, you know.
Right.
But since Phil's played on everybody's record under the sun, he's picked up every tip you can get.
For more information, make sure to check them out on their website, thedrills.com and philx.tv. Guys, thank you so much, and we leave you now with Blow My Brains Out.
Excellent, thank you.
The whistle song.
The whistle song.